HR sent an email to the entire company with my face on it. Underneath, it said just 2 words: fired for leaving. They wanted to humiliate me, but they had no idea I'd make them regret it in front of the entire industry. My name's Mark Turner, and for 10 years I gave everything I had to WinTech Solutions, a mid-sized tech firm that loved to talk about family culture until you actually needed them to act like family. I joined as a junior software engineer when I was 24. I worked late nights, fixed other people's mistakes, and helped the company win 2 major clients. Back then, it felt like loyalty meant something. My boss, Linda Park, would say, "You're one of the few who actually care, Mark. One day, you're going to be running this place." And like a fool, I believed her. After 8 years, WinTech changed. New management came in, cutting costs and replacing senior staff with cheaper hires. The office went from friendly to fearful overnight. They started tracking logins, timing breaks, and demanding weekend availability for emergencies. I was exhausted, but every time I tried to take a break, HR said, "You're a key team member, Mark. We just need you a little longer." Then came my mother's illness. She had stage 4 cancer, and I needed a few weeks off to care for her. I filed a leave request with hospital documents attached. HR took 5 days to respond, and when they did, it was an email that just said, "Your presence is critical at this time. We suggest exploring remote options instead." That night, my mother called me. She was crying. "You don't have to choose between work and me, honey." But deep down, I knew. I already had. So the next morning, I walked into HR and said, "I'm taking the leave. Family comes first." And they nodded, fake smiles, fake empathy, and said, "Of course, we'll update the records." They didn't. I spent 2 weeks with my mom. Those were the last weeks of her life. When she passed away, I felt hollow, but grateful I'd been there. When I finally opened my work email again, my heart stopped. At the top of my inbox was a company-wide message titled, "Official Announcement, Employee Termination." Inside was my photo, taken from my company profile, and under it, in bold red letters, were the words, "Fired for leaving." No explanation, no context, just public humiliation. Within minutes, my phone blew up, coworkers texting, some pitying me, others avoiding me. Even clients I'd handled personally were CC'd on that email. I didn't cry, I didn't shout. I just sat there, staring at my mother's photo on the table, and whispered, "They don't get to win." See, what WinTech forgot was that I'd built half their back-end systems. HR portals, internal workflow tools, employee communication logs. I didn't plan to do anything illegal, but I knew where every digital footprint was buried, and more importantly, where their secrets lived. Over the years, I had discovered things ignored at the time, like HR logging fake overtime bonuses for management, a hidden spreadsheet tracking employees' risk factor for firing, deleted complaints about workplace harassment. So I started compiling, quietly, systematically, emails, timestamps, copies of HR reports, everything backed up, all legal, all traceable. Then I drafted an anonymous report, a detailed internal whistleblower document with attachments showing fraudulent payroll entries, discrimination, and policy violations. And I sent it to 3 places: the Department of Labor, the company's biggest client, an ethics-certified government agency, and a tech ethics journalist who specialized in corporate misconduct. Then I waited. It started quietly. A government compliance officer walked into WinTech's office for an audit, then another. Then within a week, the story broke. Tech firm under investigation for HR fraud and employee misconduct. Sources claim whistleblower evidence. Suddenly, that same HR department that had shamed me was now being interrogated. Linda Park, my old boss, resigned within days. The company's clients started suspending contracts pending review. The company's CEO released a statement calling it a coordinated smear campaign. But it didn't matter. The truth was out. 2 months later, I got a message on LinkedIn from an unknown number. It was Jessica, one of my old HR reps, one of the few decent ones. "Mark, you didn't hear it from me, but they found out who leaked the reports. They know it was you. But no one's angry. Most of us are grateful. You did what we couldn't." I didn't respond. I just smiled. Because while Wintech was crumbling, another company, one of Wintech's ex-clients, reached out to me. They said, "We like your ethics. We'd like you to lead our integrity systems division." Today, I work for them remotely. My salary is double what I made before. And sometimes when I get an email from my new HR team, I smile at the subject line. Because no matter what it says, it'll never say, "Fired for leaving again." If a company treats loyalty like a leash, leaving isn't betrayal, it's freedom. And sometimes, walking away is the most powerful revenge of all.